I'm Taylor. Today we're going to do a 20-minute bar booty burn. So you don't need any equipment, but what you do need is a surface that you can hold onto. That can be just a chair or a tabletop, something that's sturdy that you can use to help yourself balance as we go through the sequence. Let's get started with a little bit of warming up. Place your feet hip distance apart. Take your arms and stretch them up overhead. We take a slow fold coming forward, starting to wake up your legs. Bend your knees and reach your arms right back up overhead. Come again, slowly hinging down and forwards. Bend your knees. Raise your arms up to the ceiling. One more time. Take that hinge to the front. And let's hold it together at the top. Raising up one knee at a time. You're just going to come into an easy march. So we're starting to activate the core. We're raising our knees up high. And when you're ready, start to take your elbows. Drive your elbows down to your side. At the same time, your knee is coming high in the front. Great, guys. Keep that march coming. Maybe it's a bit faster. Maybe it's a bit slower than my tempo, but keep lifting your knee high in the front, pulling your elbows strong to the side. Let's start to add some rotation. So you're going to take your elbow across your body. See if you can get it a little closer to your opposite knee. Keep those twists coming to really wake up your spine. Let's twist together for 5, 4, 3, 2. On the one, plant your feet back, hip distance apart. Reach your arms again up to the ceiling. We go sinking into a chair. We go stretching up slow. Really bend your knees, stretch back to the top. So we're getting our legs warmed up, ready to go. For this 20 minutes, we're gonna focus in a little bit more on toning the bum. So keep on pressing into your heels. And on these last 3, see if you can bend your knees, sinking down a little lower. Just 2 more, a little lower. On the last one, let's hold it there. Tiny pulses now at the bottom. Your arms are stretching out towards me. Your hips are pressing back. Your weight is in your heels. And maybe you have a quick check for yourself. Your knees are staying back behind your toes. Let's sink a little lower, just for 4, for 3, for 2. We're almost done with our warming up. Take your feet, step them out a little wider. We're gonna come into a plie position. So you're bending your knees, pressing your knees wide over your toes. Stretching your arms long in the front. We reach up with the right arm and lower, the left arm and lower. So guys, in this plie position, make sure your tailbone is tucking down and under in the back. Your shoulders are over your hips. You're keeping a long spine. You're expanding with your fingertips, stretching overhead. Keep on coming up for 2 more. Again, on the last one, let's hold it low at the bottom. We're coming back for some pulses. So often in bar, we're using these small, tiny pulses, small, tiny movements to try to trap the heat, trap the tension in your muscle. So keep those small movements coming, feeling that heat coming through your thighs, pressing your knees out wider, pushing into your heels. You might even start to feel the side of your bum is heating up here. So let's just stay for 4 more, for 3, for 2. And on the one, standing yourself up, taking a few shoulder rolls to the back and a few shoulder rolls to the front. Guys, you're gonna turn towards your support. Both your hands are gonna be resting on that support. Big step to the back so you have a hinge, your shoulders leaning forwards. Taking one foot, extending it long back behind you. Let's go raising up our heel in the back. We're gonna come towards a fold over position. So if you feel strong, try to lean your chest a little lower. Start with small pulses again. So you're barely moving here, but we're starting to build some heat. We want to create some tension at the base of the bum. So have a look back at your leg. Your toe should already be pointed. Your knee as straight as you can get it. And you're just making small squeezes there at the base of your bum. Let's keep those squeezes tiny, just for 3, for 2. On the one, we take the knee, we drive it in, we extend it out. 1 bend, 1 extension. So pay attention over here. You're gonna round your spine, draw your knee in towards your nose, and then extend your leg as long as you can back behind you. So you wanna think like someone is there pulling on your ankle, trying to make your leg grow just a little longer in the back. Next time, we hold it back there. From the back, take a cross. Your leg crosses over, circles back up. 1 cross, one lift. So you're keeping your toes pointed. You're reaching as far as you can behind your standing leg, and then you're raising your heel straight away back up. Keep on squeezing the base of your bum. Go for some more height. Your chest is leaning forward. And if you guys are with me now, you should start to feel your standing bum is really heating up. Next time, let's keep the toes up in the back. Tiny little circles. Keep them small, keep them controlled. Trying to raise your heel up. 1 more centimeter in the back. Now we're almost done with this fold over. So if you want it to be just a bit tougher, come on leaning forward so your head is almost right there at the same height as your support. Just circle for 4, for 3, for 2, and on the 1, straight away, lower your leg down, cross it over, push your hips to the back, take a quick release for the base of your bum, and the other foot crosses over. We have a quick stretch. Guys, standing up straight away, the same leg you had lifted up in the back is now extending out to the side. Hand is resting on the support, and your arm is stretching up towards the ceiling. Let's go for some side crunches. Raising up your knee, activating through your obliques, turning your kneecap to the side, pulling down strong with your elbow, still pressing with your standing heel strong as you can to the floor. Now we're activating over here, the side of the core, getting ready for the next booty burn. Let's take our toes, turn them to the back, reach your arm in the front towards me. Your knee is bending, and from here we go for an open and a close. 1 open, 1 close. So you want to see your kneecap is really lifting up high, and you're trying to keep your knee back behind your hip. So make a check for yourself. When you draw an imaginary line from your hip bone straight out to the side, you're going to see your kneecap is always staying a little back behind that line. Keep on raising your knee as high as you can, open to the side. But of course, you guys already know we are going to make it tougher. So hold the lift of your knee. We're going to start with some small pulses. Again, that small movement, staying in your challenge zone, staying in that working zone, and trying to pop your knee a little higher. So it should look like you aren't doing much. You can feel the burn is building. The smaller you keep those movements, the more your knee stays back. Keep leaning your chest forward. Abs are definitely switched on. If you take your fingers here, you should feel all the muscles of the core really drawing in super tight. We're coming back for the circles. Start to draw a circle, maybe fast, maybe slow, but your target is to keep your knees separated as far as you can from each other. So you have a lot of space, a lot of distance, and you're drawing those circles small. Just 3 here, guys. 2. Last change on the 1. We're gonna focus over here, the standing leg. Small bends, little pulses. So you're pressing into your standing heel. Chest is leaning forward, using your support for balance, and we're just gonna pulse for 4, for 3, for 2. Whoo, on the 1, let's cross straight away, 1 foot in front of the other, reaching both fingertips down towards the floor. Quick reset, cross the other foot over, take 1 quick reach down towards the floor. And before we get that booty burn on the second side, let's flush it out a bit. Coming back into your plie position, toes turn wide. Reach to the front, pull to the back. 1 reach, 1 pull. 1 reach, 1 pull. Bending your knees, and then squeezing your elbows as tight as you can each time when you stand. Okay, guys, so far we've done our booty burn using your surface as a bar on just one side. Next up, we're gonna even it out so you can feel that same burn on the second side. So we're getting ready to switch it over. This time, hold it low. Let's just walk our heels, lifting and switching, lifting and switching. So it's your last chance to take a little rest for your bum. Change some of that tension down into your thighs. Keep the activation through your core and keep working on your posture. Shoulders right over your hips and heels lifting up high. Just 4, 3, 2, on the 1, stand yourself back up. Make sure you switch legs. I'm gonna send the support over here to the second side, so it's a bit easier for you to catch the changes. We go with our hands coming forward. Start to lean your chest to the front. Remember, if you'd like it to be tougher, step further back so that you can lean even more to the front. Sliding the other foot backwards, raising up your heel. Let's come back to our pulses. Tiny little lifts. So you're thinking just a few centimeters, trying to raise that heel up and up. You're gonna go squeeze and squeeze. Make a check for yourself, guys. Why don't you check out your leg in the back? You should see your toes are pointed. Your knee is really straight. And you imagine again that someone is back there tugging on your ankle. Tiny little lifts, keeping your chest to the front, just for 4, 3, 2, we're gonna bend. Take your knee from the back, pull it to your nose, and extend it. So we round our spine as we bend, we extend our spine as we straighten. So you wanna also try to soften your standing knee on the floor. So make a check at that standing leg. It's gonna bend a tiny bit more as you're driving your knee all the way forward towards your nose. Keep on bending, extending. Try to relax your shoulders. So have a check. Maybe you have some tension in your neck and your shoulders. Try to press the shoulders down and keep those bends coming just for 4. Bend 3 more times. Round your spine for 2. On the 1, let's meet at the back, guys. We're gonna cross the toes over. 1 cross, 1 raise. Cross and raise. Still pointing your toes in the back, still hinging towards your support. If you need to make it easier, come up, yeah, a little bit higher. But when you want that extra burn, try to lean a little bit more forwards. Soften a bit more your elbows, bend that standing knee. We're just gonna cross for 4. Tap the floor at the side for 3. 2 more taps, guys. And our last change over here in the fold over. Toes are high in the back. Draw circles with your toes. So you're pointing towards the back. Your knee is staying straight. Your leg is staying long, and you're engaging the base of your bum. 10 seconds left to go, guys. Maybe you can raise your heel a bit higher. Keep on leaning to the front and circle for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. On the 1, take your reset. Lower your leg down, crossing 1 foot over in front of the other, pushing your hips back away from your support. Same thing, second side, other foot crosses over. We take the reset, pushing our hips to the back, releasing a bit back here in the hips and the bum. When you're ready to stand up, we start the second part. Your hand is still resting on your support. Take that same leg you just had lifted in the back. Point it back behind you, bend your knee, and stretch your arm in front towards me. We're going to make 1 lift, 1 lower, 1 up, 1 back down. So as we start to open to the side, you want to see your kneecap is now going to point away from you and to the floor, away from you and to the floor. You're checking your imaginary line. So if you draw a straight line from your hip bone, you should see your knee is always staying towards the back of that line. And it's never coming over here in the front as you lift, as you lower. Fingers on the support are soft. So shake those fingers. Make sure you don't hold on too tight over here as you lift, as you lower. Of course, we're going to make it tougher. So on the next one, come with me, stay lifted. Hold it at your highest point. Small pulses, guys, really tiny. So you can challenge yourself with the pulses to try to move a little smaller and also to try to stay up a little bit higher. So you can feel the work is happening, not only back here on your lifted leg, which is moving small, but also over here on your standing, on your supporting leg, your heel is really pressing to the floor. Keep those tiny lifts coming for 3, 2, we're coming back for circles. So guys, when you need to back off, circle larger, take up more space. But if you want it to be tougher, hold it up, circle a little bit smaller. Choose your option, but try to keep your circles coming non-stop. So you haven't got any starting point, any ending point, just consistent circles. Keep your circles coming for 4, 3, 2, the last burn on this side. We're gonna focus on the standing leg. Little bend, extension. So you might start to feel that little shake, especially on that standing leg. Try to stay with me on that shake. Keep this knee lifted at the side, just for 4. Last 3, pulsing 2, and on the 1, take your reset, crossing one leg over in front of the other, and reaching your fingertips towards the floor. Straight away, the second side, you cross your leg over, and you reach your fingertips towards the floor. Great, guys. Before we finish with the booty burn on the ground, we're gonna push the support out of the way so you have plenty of space to move. From here, taking one foot, step it straight away back into your lunge position. Reach your arms up overhead. We're going to alternate, stepping forward, stepping back, stepping forward, stepping back. So we still have a few more pulses here. We wanna keep our heart rates lifted, keep your body temperature high by working with your arms and working with your legs together. So your arms are stretching forwards and your arms are raising up each time you come into your lunge. Bending both of your knees as much as you can to 90 degrees. We're gonna come back to those pulses. Choosing your favorite side, hold it in the lunge position. Both arms up overhead. Start to drop a few centimeters, just going down and down. So even though in a barre class, we're not working with any heavy weights, we're using lots of these small, tiny movements to trap the heat in the muscle. So you're looking for a little bit of shake. You're trying to find the shake by powering down your front heel into the floor, keeping a nice alignment, shoulders over the hips. Let's stay here. Take your front heel, raise it up, lower down. So we're going to make small releves. Your heel is coming high and it's controlling right back down to the floor. So be careful not to move too fast here. Try to keep this movement slow. You really control the heel and you place it back to the floor. Next up, your heel is staying lifted off the ground. See if you can keep the heel lift. Same time making pulses. Maybe you're looking at something, finding a focus point. So you have something to stare at to help you with your balance as you pulse. For 4, for 3, for 2. Whoo! On the 1, you should feel warm. Stand up, take a quick shake. Straight away, switch the legs. Same 3 changes. We're gonna do them on the second side. Both your knees are bending. Come low into the lunge. Circle your arms overhead and come straight away for your pulse. So you're trying to bend both knees much as you can to 90 degrees. Shoulders stacked over the hips. Core stays engaged tight. Long spine, and maybe already you're looking around, you're finding your focus point. So you've got something to stare at which is not moving while we make it a bit tougher. Keep the pulses coming for 3, 2, freeze at your lowest point. Your front heel, you're going to lift it, lower it. So play with your balance a little bit here. It's okay when you feel a bit wobbly. If you need more support, bring your hands to your side so you have a little bit of help with your balance. If you want to keep it tough for yourself, keep your hands stretched overhead, making that balance a bit tougher, engaging your core a bit more. Last change on this side, guys. Heel stays off the floor. We're gonna try those tiny pulses, just down and down. Keep stretching with your fingertips high up towards the ceiling. See if you can send your back knee down 1 more centimeter. Just 5, 4, 3, 2. Whoo! On the 1, we're gonna stand up. Quick shake of your leg. Turn yourself to the side so you have a little bit of space in the front and the back of you. Circle your arms up towards the ceiling. Take a slow circle, bend your knees coming down in the front. 1 more quick reset, your arms up overhead. Bend your knees, come down in the front. Start to walk your hands out. Hands are coming onto your shoulders. Lower your knees onto your hips. So we're getting ourselves set up in an all-fours position. You're gonna keep a flat back, and since we're doing barre, we're gonna start to target the corner of the bum, not opening your knee straight to the side for a fire hydrant, but rather take your knee, open it 45 degrees to the back. So you make sure it's not in the front, you push it a bit further backwards. From here, tiny lifts, just going up and up. Going squeeze and squeeze. So you're trying to get the elevation, the lift of that outside knee, and you're raising it at the diagonal, 45 degrees to the back. Keep on leaning a bit forwards, hands directly under your shoulders, knees popping a bit higher. We try to hold on to that squeeze. Lifting a little bit smaller, just for 3, 2. Hold your lift at the top, guys. Start to draw some circles. So tiny circles to the side. So you're going lift and lift. You're going back and back. So we use all the activation that we've built upon so far through your core, pressing through your shoulders, lifting with the side of your bum. Just for here. 3, 2. On the next change, take 1 cross, 1 raise. 1 cross, 1 raise. So your target with your knee is touching onto your calf and rotating your kneecap, turning it wide to the side. 1 tap, 1 raise, 1 lower, 1 squeeze. Getting close on this first side. 3 more reps to go here. Last 2. On the 1, hold your foot at the top. Flex your foot at the back. Tiny presses with your heel going back and back. So it's just a tiny movement. Your knee and your foot move backwards. Try to keep those presses small, just for 4, for 3, for 2. On the 1, extend your leg all the way out. Tap your toes to the floor. We're gonna turn to the side. So you're gonna keep that leg long. Raise up your arm and then raise that foot back off the floor. Final burn over here. Squeeze on that side bum and make some little lifts. Your heel is going towards the ceiling. If you've got a nice balance, turn and look up. So you're staring at your top hand, keeping your hips lifted as high as you can from the floor. Maybe you want to come for a full side plank, raising up that heel, just for 4, for 3, for 2. On the 1, slowly lower yourself back down. We're going straight away to the second side. So bring yourself back into your all fours position. Your knee has a bend, and over here on side 2, we open it up 45 degrees. Start to make some pulses. Start to make some tiny lifts. Focus on that squeeze. All of your attention is on the corner, the side of your bum. So you're thinking the diagonal, checking with your kneecap, opening at the diagonal, 45 degrees to the back. Pressing into your palms, activating your shoulders, long spine, and still your abs staying switched on in front. Pulsing here for 4, for 3, for 2. We stay high. Start to draw your circles. So you're gonna raise your knee up, trying to draw a tiny circle here in the back. So it shouldn't look like much. Maybe it looks like you're doing nothing at all. But you're really squeezing tighter. You're really going deeper into the side, the corner of your bum. Try to keep the height of your knee. Kneecap is open wide and circle here for 4, 3, 2. Add the cross. Just as we did when we were standing, you cross your knee to the side. You open it back out wide. So your target is to touch your knee onto your calf and then open up that kneecap as wide as you can to the side. Keeping your hip bones squared, keeping your shoulders level, abs engaged flat back as much as you can as we make that cross. 1 more change is coming up in 3, in 2. Right, guys, hold your knee at the side. Flex your foot, tiny presses. You know what to do. The same thing we did on the first side. Your heel is pressing backwards. Your knee is staying high. And you try to keep those movements so you can barely see them at all. Pushing back and back, thinking squeeze and squeeze. 6 squeezes left to go. We're going to open to the side. In 4, 3, 2, let's do it. Extend your leg out long. Turn yourself to the side. Let's make that final burn. Top arm comes up to the ceiling. Raising back up your heel. You're gonna go for some tiny lifts. 1 or 2 centimeters. That heel stays pushing out. Try to put some pressure Keeping your leg extended, keeping your knee straight for 6, look up for 5, go 4, go 3, go 2, and on the 1, slowly lower back down. Open your knees out wide, push your hips over your heels. Take a big breath here because we still have a final burn to go. Press into your palms, dig your toes under, hip bones up to the ceiling, quick walk in your downward facing dog. Shifting your weight a little bit to the right side, shifting your weight a little bit to the left side. Then walking your toes all the way forward towards your hands, roll yourself back up to the top. Guys, we're gonna finish with some energy, coming back into that plie position. Toes are wide, arms stretch. We sink, we reach, we sink, we reach. Just like we did before, I am giving you a quick reset. Your bum has a little break before we take our final burn. So see if you can bend your knees a little lower. Now your legs are warm. Your target is your hip bones, almost the same height as your knees. Maybe moving with your arms, maybe bringing them to your side. Keep those big bends coming for 3, for 2. On the 1, for the last time, we're gonna meet up in the plie position. This time, both your heels raising high, lowering down. If you'd like more challenge, stretch your arms in the front. See if you can pop both your heels slightly higher off the floor. Just for 4, just for 3, just for 2. And on the 1, here's our last booty burn. Come standing tall, heels together, toes apart. Taking your favorite leg, send it around to the back. 90 seconds per each side, and we're done, guys. So make sure your chest is leaning forward, your arms are reaching out long. Keep this leg long. 1 lift, 1 tap, 1 lift, 1 tap. So you're looking to find your balance. If you're feeling off balance, what you can do is always catch back a hold of your support and use that support to help you. As we're gonna keep that back foot raised up off the floor. Small bend and stretch, bend and stretch. Similar to what we did before, but now we focus on the lengthen. So you focus that your leg is going longer each time you stretch. When you want the extra challenge, both arms stay in front. We keep on bending, extending. We're just gonna make it larger. You're gonna tap and reach back. Tap and reach back. So you wanna bring your toes here. They're gonna touch behind your standing ankle. They're gonna extend long behind you. Maybe one of your hands holding your table or your chair, or maybe both of your hands are stretching out in the front. So you feel your core is working, your balance is being challenged. Last change over here. We're gonna hold the toes at the back. Flex your foot. Heel is pressing up and up, up and up. So instead of having our toes pointed, we change it just a little bit. Send the energy through your heel and try to raise your heel higher, pushing 45 degrees behind you at the back. Reach both arms forward for the last 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1. Heels together, toes apart. If you'd like that support, straight away send it onto the second side. Our last 90 seconds, we're done with this booty burn. Back leg extends behind you. One or both arms out in front. We started off super simple. Just a lift and a tap. 1 raise, 1 lower. Abdominals are zipped in front. The squeeze is on the side of the bum. 3 changes, your workout's done. So we're gonna keep the heel off the floor. You bend it, extend it. Small bend, long stretch. Making a quick check. Standing knee stays soft. So you have a light bend here. Careful not to lock it out. 1 or both arms forward. We're gonna move a bit more large. Come in, press backwards. 1 in, 1 back. Guys, pay attention. Your knees are gonna be facing away from each other. You make the soft bend. Also here on your standing leg, you extend your foot back long. 1 or both arms stretching forward. Last change of the workout, flexing a lot your heel. You're gonna make some tiny lifts. 1 or 2 centimeters. Look back at that raised up leg. Push the energy into your heel and squeeze on the side of your bum. Last burn just for 5. Can you get that heel up higher? For 4, arms forward for 3. Keep lifting for 2. On the 1, straight away, send your leg down. Cross one of your feet over, open your knee out to the side, and enjoy a nice figure 4 stretch for yourself. Pushing your hips back and down, checking your knees, turn to the side, releasing some tension on the side of your bum and through your hips. 1 deep breath over here. Straight away, change to the other leg. Crossing over, your knee opens out to the side. Push your hips back and down. Have a couple of deep breaths as you open that knee, as you sink with your hips a little deeper. Slowly stand yourself back up. Great work today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this short 20-minute bar booty burn, and I hope to see you next time.